Holy pin mania. Welcome to Pinterest and video pins. Everybody, Chef Katrina here, and video pins, and more video pins. Pinterest really is pushing the envelope with the video pins right now, really pushing it to the forefront such that the majority of my students that I've been teaching Pinterest and Pinterest marketing, both stagnant pins and video pins, are like, they're posting almost every day in my community. They're like, oh my gosh, Pinterest keeps telling me that I'm getting more views on my pins. I've just hit 100 views on my pin. I just hit 500 views on my pins, and I just hit 1,000 views on my pin. So the video pins on Pinterest are just taking off, right? So you might be asking yourself, hey, great, what the heck is Pinterest? I haven't heard you talk about it yet, which you might have already. But I love Pinterest. As many of you know, I've been teaching and training Pinterest marketing and strategies for the last 4 years now. I love the overall marketing strategy because I love how intentional it is. I love the fact that it is like a direct approach. Show me the pin, take me to exactly where you're going to tell me where I'm going to be, and let's make this happen. So very, very direct approach with Pinterest. It's almost like a refreshing breath of fresh air. Does that make sense? I don't know. Anyways, but it allows for us as marketers to be very direct in our marketing. I found that over the years, we've become very wishy-washy in our marketing. We've had to cuddle it. We've had to get creative with it. I don't know about you, but for me, there's nothing worse than trying to figure out why the picture on Facebook doesn't match anything that's in the copy. It's like one of the stupidest things. It's like, okay, I'm seeing a picture of you and your wife, and this whole story is about, you selling me your business opportunity. Like, how does that even match, right? Well, it's because people had to get creative, right? Use that creativity elsewhere. Honestly, just come to Pinterest and put that creativity to work in a creative platform. That is why they call pins creatives. Honestly, if you didn't know, I'm going to give you a little keyword, a little bit of language around Pinterest. So Pinterest is pinning interests. So you pin things that are interesting to you. Hence why Pinterest is the world's largest platform for inspiration, motivation, education around visual items, right? So they're pinning your interests. Pinterest. Got it? All right. So when they create pins, when you're talking to anybody that's in the Pinterest department, and mind you, I'm not associated, affiliated. I don't work for Pinterest. I have nothing like that one. I'm just sharing what I know works around the Pinterest platform from both a marketing perspective, a business perspective, and working with my clients. So inside of that, when they talk to you, if you ever talk with one of those Pinterest amazing marketing ad managers, they're going to say things like, well, have you done your creative? And you'd be like, creative? Like, that's what a pin is called. It's called a creative, which is pretty awesome if you think about it, because they're actively getting you to create something visually that's appealing for people that are using the Pinterest platform. Why? Because, again, Pinterest is a visual platform. It's all visual. It's a visual search engine. Did you know that Pinterest is the third largest search engine right now, respectively behind Google and YouTube? It is the third largest searched platform, which means people are flocking to Pinterest, looking for ideas to be inspired by, looking for things that they can put into their homes, their lives, their business, their family, their friends. So it makes sense that if you have a product to sell, you want to be on the Pinterest platform, because the Pinterest users know that they can buy because of this platform. They're searching for things that they can buy and have in their lives, right? They also signal very early on their buying intentions, because most of the time there's a party coming up, there's a wedding, there's an event, there's an anniversary. It really is a planner's type of platform. It is brilliantly done, by the way. So video pins, let's talk about those real quick. So I know I kind of went around in a circle on this one, but video pins are another creative format that you can take advantage on the Pinterest platform. So the request when you do video pins, there's actually 3 different types of sizes that you can use for video pins, which makes it really powerful, because most of the time, for those of you that are on Pinterest, if you're creating any creatives or pins for the Pinterest platform, typically your pin is going to be vertical. It'll be about this dimension overall because Pinterest is a scrolling platform, and they've discovered that over time, vertical pins do really well on scrolling platforms, especially if you want images that are side by side, making it easy for them to show more items and more products and services, right? Which smart actually by Pinterest. Because a lot of the times you'll see a promoted pin is very native to the platform. You're not even probably going to be able to tell the difference unless you spend a lot of time on the platform and you're really looking for those promoted pins like, I do. So they like the vertical format in a stagnant pin, which I teach and train also in my mini course around, how to, pin for profit. So I have my pin profit recipe. There's a mini course I put together, just kind of gives you an overview of the whole concept of how Pinterest works, from pin design to promoted pins to capitalizing on the search platform overall for keywords and everything else. But let's get back to video pins. So video pins give you 3 formats. They will give you the vertical format, which this space here on a video does really well. I have one of my students that's kind of cracked the code on the vertical pin design, which is so freaking smart. Like, Felicia is brilliant in how she's put this together. She's actually been training this method. She studies. She's definitely somebody that I love for this because she studies the platform. She's looking at what's working, what's not working. She's looking at other pinners, designers, and she's taking the best of the best. And she noticed that this one type of video pin was really getting a lot of engagement. So she started taking apart and just finding more pins, the video pins like this one. And her conclusion is that this type of video pin is truly outperforming all other video pins on the platform. And I was like, sold, tell me more, right? So she's teaching that exclusively for my students that go through my course because she knows that that's the next level of building on Pinterest, is learning how to do video pins. So really, really great platform that she's doing. The other 2 videos that do really well are square videos. So the square video, the 1x1, is doing really well. And then what Pinterest allows you to do, that if you're doing advertising, you can actually do a 2x3. So what that does is that when you scroll through Pinterest, right, when you're scrolling through the feed, it'll actually take up the full size of the screen, really giving you a big, bold advertising presence as people are scrolling through on their mobile device. So again, really, really well done. Now, those types of video pins, the bigger ones that take up a little more space, are a little bit more expensive when you run ads for that. But if you're doing it correctly and you're working with a marketer like myself, a strategist that is here to support you in building your business, you want to make sure that that pin is polling for your audience. We want to make sure that you're either going after the interest or you're going after the keywords correctly. And we talk a lot about that inside of my my Done With You masterclass, because I really do think it's important. What I've discovered over the last few years is what people are curious about doing Pinterest, once they realize it's a search platform, once they realize they have to put a little effort into it. I call the social media marketing very sloppy. It's like slap something up, like a picture of you and your wife on a hot car or whatever, and then have a totally irrelevant, post around, what they're seeing. So that always makes a lot of fun. I'm totally ranting about that one, by the way. But video pins, on the other hand, when you get them together and you start being intentional with your marketing, you'll start seeing results on the Pinterest platform. And I think that's one of the key parts, is that it's a results-based platform. You're going to put in your tracking. You're going to be able to watch conversions. You're going to be able to look at how it's all going. We're going to talk, pin strategy with you. We're going to look at what are your landing pages? How do you want to build your email list? What are some of the ways that you want to get known on this Pinterest platform? What is your brand currently? How do we bring it over to Pinterest so that it's a market to message match? Where are we taking people, right? Because it's all very intentional. We want to make sure we take them to the product or service where they can make the best decision for them. So that's just something to keep in mind. So I put together a mini course. It's called the Pin Profit Recipe. And it's totally free for you. It is 5 modules of training, just kind of giving you how to maneuver and be successful on the Pinterest platform. So you can grab it for free. There's a link down below. It's pretty simple to grab on that one, and just peruse at your leisure, right? Go through the training, go through the course, take your time going through that. And then as a bonus, you get invited into my private Facebook marketing group. I know Pinterest doesn't have a private group. Well, they did, and then they got rid of it. And now you just kind of have to work around. So I'm on Facebook for no other reason than just for the fact that I've got a community over there, which is badass and awesome. And I want to make sure I have a way to communicate with my tribe beyond just email. So that's why I'm over there. But you get access to that group. You get access to seeing what they're doing. So really, really super, super powerful. So with that, I'm telling you that if you haven't looked at Pinterest yet and you want to know more about how to use Pinterest and video pins specifically for growing your business, you're going to want to start with just that simple, that pin profit recipe is a simple place to start. Once you get that under your belt, let's chat, let's talk, let's look about how to use this to build your business. I look forward to seeing you inside my Pinterest community. It's pretty darn awesome, by the way. Sorry, I'm parched. I've been doing a lot of presentations today, which is awesome. And I've been doing a lot of talking about Pinterest, which is awesome because I can't wait to help you master Pinterest and get your business viable and using that platform as another lead generation tool. So with that, I hope you have a great night. Again, link is down below in the description. Grab it, join me, take advantage of that simple recipe, and learn how to profit on Pinterest. So with that, I hope you have a great night, and I will see you tomorrow. Have a good one. Bye, everyone.